Hi, I'm subbing today, and there might be a lot of noise because I'm outside the gym. I found this book in the classroom, and it's my planning period, so I'm going to read maybe just a little bit from this book. It's called Getting to Know the Philippines. This book is older than me. I think that's so funny because as I'm getting older, there's not many things that I'm finding like, oh, this is older than me. Anyway, so this was written in 1958 and revised in 1966. So we'll just read a little bit of it. The Philippines might very easily be called the land of many children. Nearly every boy and girl have several brothers and sisters and a great many playmates. In fact, more than half of the 22 million people who live on these islands are less than 20 years old. Now, some of these things might have changed because this was written a long, long time ago. But here's an illustration. If you look at the map, you will see that these islands look a bit like a broken chain of beads. 7,000 beads, all sizes and shapes, stretch across the ocean from Japan on the north to Borneo and the Celebes Islands to the south. The chain divides the China, Sula, and Celebes seas on the west from the Pacific Ocean on the east. These islands were first settled long ago, several hundred years before Christ was born. But as an independent nation, the Republic of the Philippines is young, and it is through the eyes of its many young people that the young republic looks today toward the future. In schools, these young people are learning modern ways of life, and they often come home and teach their parents. In the villages, especially, students and teachers try to help everyone learn. Here's a map of the Philippines. Did you catch how many islands there are in the Philippines? 7,000. That's a lot. And the capital, I believe, is Manila. If you were to visit a Philippine village at the loveliest time of the year, when the weather turns especially soft and warm and sunny, it would be almost Christmas time. All the children would be excited. At 5 o'clock in the afternoon, they would be hurrying home from school, down the dusty road which winds its way around the plaza, through tall palm and willowy bamboo trees, bending to the left and then to the right before it straightens itself out past a long row of houses. The 5 o'clock sun pokes long, thin fingers of gold through the trees, makes yellow stripes across the road, and over these the laughing, hopping children hop all the way home. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, they shout at one by one or two by three. They disappear into their homes. Finally, only two are left. These are the Romero children, Ingracia and Rex. Their house is at the far end of the village, and they break into a run now to reach it. Breathless, with their dark hair tumbling down into dark eyes, they climb quickly up the 3 rungs of the ladder to the front door and rush in. Mama, Mama, Merry Christmas! There was a party at school. Can we get our tree tomorrow? Did you catch how they have to enter their home? They have to go up a ladder because their house is on stilts. Mama Romero turns from the bowl of rice and fish she is preparing for supper and smiles. We will see. Now put your things away and get ready for supper. The Romero house is like all the other houses in the Philippine village, built of nipa palm and bamboo. It stands on stilts and is reached by a ladder. The roof is thatched in dried palm leaves. The walls are woven of nipa and bamboo. Shutters are closed over the glassless windows at night. There are 3 rooms. In the sala, or living room, there are a bench, a table, and a few chairs. In the bedroom, where Papa, Mama, Ingracia, and Rex, and baby Maria sleep, all are neatly stacked patetis. I don't know if that's right. Patetis are woven mats which are laid out on the floor at night for sleeping. How many people share that bedroom? Let's count. Mama, Papa, Ingracia, Rex, and baby Maria. 5 people share the bedroom. I'd be curious to know how many people share your bedroom. I bet not many of you have 5 sharing it. In the kitchen, there is a table, a counter, on which cold ashes are spread. Above these layers of ashes, which protect the table, a wood fire is burning for cooking. What do you cook your food on in your kitchen? Stove, an oven, maybe an Instapot, air fryer. Not a wood fire on your table, right? 3 stones placed in a triangle on the bed of ashes support the pot of food. In the kitchen, there are also shelves for pots and pans, and for the large earthen jug of drinking water. This jug is called a tapayan, and it is Ingratia's duty each night to fetch the day's supply from the piped stream of pure water in the plaza. In the Romera kitchen, there is also a Singer sewing machine on which Mama makes her own clothes and those of her daughters. Papa and Rex wear khaki pants and shirts, which they buy in a store. Cooking is done in the kitchen only during the rainy season. During the dry season, the family cooks outdoors where it is cool and pleasant under the banana tree. Ingratia particularly likes the arrangement because she can sit back in the shadows and make believe with Rex, teasing her. It is nice, too, to watch the sun come up in the morning and see the smoke from all the other breakfast fires trailing up through the trees. Papa Romero, like most men in the village, is a farmer. His fields are out beyond the village, and he leaves early morning during the growing season and does not come home until dark. Like the others, he grows rice in most of his fields. Planting starts in July, and the rice is harvested in January. Papa Romero also grows a little corn, some sweet potatoes and yams, and a few green beans. During the non-growing season, Papa and the other men fish. Even though there are 2,000 different kinds of fish in the Philippines, the people eat so much of it that some has to be brought from other countries. Papa Romera and the other men in the village use traps and small nets to catch shrimp, catfish, crabs, and dalag. They fish in streams, ponds, and inlets. Ingratia's favorite is shrimp, but Rex likes clams, which are caught along the shore, where there are also oysters and other shellfish. Near Manila, where the Romera children's Uncle Manuel and Aunt Maria live, Rex has watched fishermen wade waist deep through the water with their nets. He has also helped sail a banca, a small boat that a man and a boy can operate, carrying 2 fishermen along. The banca has no motor, so it never goes far from shore. It is also used on lakes and rivers. Only fishermen with enough money to buy motors can fish in the deep sea. They can catch tuna, mackerel, even sharks. Some other kinds of fish caught in the Philippines are milkfish, anchovy, sardines, and millet. Rex and Ingratia also like pork. Papa Romera keeps pigs, and the family always has roast pork on important holidays. When they visit their uncle and aunt in Manila, they have many different kinds of food. Modern stores in big cities sell as a great variety as you could find anywhere in the world. In villages and small towns, however, there is no refrigeration, and this limits the kind of food sold because it would spoil, right? The children do not drink cow's milk, for there are no cows, and no way, even if there were cows, of keeping the milk cold. They drink milk from a carabao or a water buffalo. The milk is bought early in the morning from a vendor and drunk right away. Children also drink fruit juices, soda pop, and hot chocolate. Remember what that boat is called? A banca. There's no motor on it. Papa Romera owns a carabao. It might be caribou, but that would make us think of the animals that are in the northern hemisphere. So I think it might be carabao, which helps with a great deal of the work, particularly the plowing and the hauling of the harvest. The carabao is a great lumbering, bulging creature with broad spreading horns, wide nostrils, and mournful eyes. He is strong and moves slowly, almost sedately. Rex often puts a rope through his nose or around his horns and rides on his back, digging his bare toes into the animal's tough gray hide. The Romeras take good care of their carabao, for he costs a great deal of money. Every noon they take him to the stream and let him soak up to his ears in cool water. If the animal isn't allowed to soak in water every 3 or 4 hours, he will soon die from the heat. Unlike people, he has no sweat glands. The sun shines for long, hot hours in the Philippines, and not only carabao, but people, too, rest at noon. The noon rest, called siesta, lasts from 12 until 2. Everyone in the tropics knows it is best to rest when the sun is at its hottest. In the cool of the early morning, after breakfast of hot chocolate and bread, and maybe an egg if the hens are laying well, Rex and Ingratia go to school. They carry with them a mid-morning snack of bread. In the fields, Papa Romero also eats a snack in the middle of the morning. At noon, the children come home to a lunch of rice, fish, which is often fried, perhaps a piece of papaya or avocado, and bread. Dessert most often is a banana or some other fruit. The evening meal is much the same as lunch. Sometimes the fish and rice are made into a kind of stew or a soup with vegetables, and once in a while there is meat. I think I forgot to show you this picture, and this is cute. How often do they have to take the carabao to the water? Every 3 to 4 hours. Otherwise it gets too hot. And everyone takes a siesta. That sounds kind of nice. Now that it is Christmas season, the children are excited. Christmas Eve, there will be a big dinner of roast pork, sweet potatoes, green vegetables, candied fruit, custard, Coke, beer, and coffee. The pine tree will be standing in the sala, decked with tinsel and covered with decorations the children have made in school. In the window will glow the beautiful Christmas lantern, covered with brilliantly colored tissue paper and glowing softly with lighted candles inside. The Oriental lantern is the symbol throughout the Philippines of Christ's birth. Some of the lanterns are star-shaped, some octagonal, and are all beautiful. The tree will be cut from the forest in the hills above the village. The fathers and children cut them and drag them home down through the streets of the village singing. Everyone sings. Everyone is happy. A miracle is about to happen, the miracle of Christmas. Christmas actually begins on Holy Thursday, 9 days before Christmas, and lasts until the 6th of January, the day the government resettlement project on the island of Mindanao. Bernardino was given 10 acres of land and loaned enough money to build a house and buy seed for his first planting, sharing modern agricultural equipment with the 49 other families. He has been taught how to fertilize, irrigate, and rotate his crops. The first year he grew rice, corn, and green beans. Oh my goodness. You know what I was thinking? This does not make sense. That is not a good transition from talking about Christmas to talking about this guy who got some land. Did any of you pick up on that? That was bizarre. Well, the book goes from page 20 to page 37. So we missed a big section of that book. So I am just going to end there. I think that was a nice story. They're all celebrating Christmas, and I think that's a good place to end. I hope you enjoyed getting to know the Philippines. It's a beautiful island with beautiful people, and I hope you enjoyed that.